here at UDS in Orlando, Florida, and I'm with Rick Spencer. Rick, you're the Director of Engineering for Ubuntu at Canonical. What exactly do you do on a day-to-day basis?
I spend a lot of time on the phone. So my job is to help everyone who works in Ubuntu engineering to deliver the desktop, deliver the server, just to do whatever it takes to help them get the product out the door.
Mark made some pretty significant announcements in his keynote about the future of Ubuntu and looking beyond the 12.04 release into 14.04. How are you and your teams going to help facilitate those goals?
Well, it's very exciting to us, of course. So I think there was a couple things to unpack from what Mark said that are relevant to people working on Ubuntu. The first is he picked 14.04. It implies a LTS commitment on like a 2-year cadence, which we've always done, but I don't know that we've ever articulated it so directly. Now, I don't think he came out and said, I promise you 14.04 would be an LTS, but it sure seems like we've created like a 2-year cadence with smaller 6-year cadences in between it. I mean 6-month cadences in between. So, of course, we'll be working on those, delivering Ubuntu every 6 months. The other thing that he implied was that, like Unity, the interface, the user experience, is called Unity because it'll work on all these different devices. But it's like Ubuntu itself that we know and love will be powering those devices. So the way you contribute to the Ubuntu desktop, the way you contribute to the Ubuntu server will all be the same that you would contribute to Ubuntu if it's running on one of those other form factors that he alluded to.
It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to see where Ubuntu's going, where you've been over the last 7 years, and how the roles that, as engineering managers, the roles that you all play. What to you, on a personal level, are you looking forward to most in this next cycle?
In 12.04?
Yes.
I am really excited about everybody's commitment to making 12.04 a really airtight, rock-solid release. I expect my days will be taken up by finding out, is Ubuntu working well? Is 12.04 working well as the development release that particular day? If not, why not? And getting that addressed as soon as possible. So that's pursuant to our development velocity and making sure that the development release is installable every day, works for everybody every day, and everyone can make rapid progress with their contributions, and that we maintain a high level of quality throughout the release. So as we get closer to the end of the cycle, there's maybe not this hair-raising deficit between what is now like our just after feature freeze quality and final release quality.
I know when I interviewed Jason Warner, your desktop manager, earlier this week, he mentioned the word precise. That wasn't chosen by accident, and kind of implied or inferred that precise equals quality, because quality is a term that's sort of been floated around throughout many of the sessions here at UDS this week. How do you see the quality improving or the precision of the release improving throughout this next cycle?
Right. So I actually I divided up a little differently. Precise and Pangolin were both very meaningful. So precise is how we're going to build it, and Pangolin is what we're going to end up with. So we are putting a lot of effort, and like this UDS, a lot of it is about the effort that we're putting into having more transparent, more rigorous development processes. In this case, since it's an LTS, and since it's what the community has been begging us for, we are using that precision to create a super high quality release, which is where the pangolin comes in. So the animal that can curl up, have its armor, only its armor exposed, and this is a 5-year desktop to us. So that's the way I break out those words, and I full-heartedly agree with Jason's sentiment. I'm really excited to see in 12.04. I think we're going to blow the doors off this one.
It is exciting, and one of the things when you bring Canonical together and you bring the community together, bring your vendors together, for me, as somebody who's here, and I just listen and I watch and observe the conversations that happen. Your names come up across many of the conversations with community as Rick Spencer came to my event. Rick Spencer, talked to me about this, and has said that you've made that difference. And you're one person. You're one person out of an entire team. And just by taking the time to tell somebody, hey, you can ask me about a blueprint, or hey, you can ask me this question, or here's where this team is located, has made a huge impact. How do you see your management style of that spreading throughout the other teams that you manage?
Well, I hope all my managers share this view that when you work for Canonical on Ubuntu engineering, you're in a privileged position in the sense that you actually get paid to work full-time within the Ubuntu community. So I don't expect anyone on my team to feel like that they're separated or privileged in the sense that they have extra benefits or that they're above and apart from the community. They are in fact just simply part of the community. I would be disappointed if I ever heard that anyone felt differently or behaved differently. So I hope I'm actually more typical behavior from my team.
One of the themes that are circling through the community right now with its leaders is lead by example. And watching you in your leadership position at various moments in the release cycle, you do lead by example. So both thank you for that example and thank you for sitting down with me today here at UDS. Is there anything I haven't asked you about that before we end that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, you didn't ask me like how people can get in touch with me, and I'm Rick Spencer 3 on Freenode. I'm Rick Spencer 3 on Launchpad if you want to look up my Launchpad account. And you can always send me an email. Also, I'm not going to put that on the internet, but you can decompose it if you're part of the community. So yeah, I hope everyone feels free to get in touch with me if they need help with something or have questions or whatever. So thanks.
Thank you.